Am I doing this for clout? Maybe. But do I also just do not care and want to have fun? Absolutely. Lavender Town's OC challenge was so much fun, I wanted to do another. I'll admit, I had to redo my screen recording several times because I messed up the first one, while the other had a bunny suit, which goes against my faith. Which, considering what sort of tweaks I did for this challenge, I realized I should have modified it to make it less scandalous. And the last? Well, I forgot to pause the last section of the challenge, but I got so fed up with starting over that I decided to just go back to where I missed and pause it, just to get the whole thing, and this is what I got. And here's a sketch. Let's get started. Honestly, since it's been such a while since the last time I did an OC challenge, doing one again was nerve-wracking, but after screen recording so many times, I got comfortable and luckier. But that will be one of my more happier moments of this project. Tech has been anything but my friend, thanks to storage issues. Whenever I'm half finished, Zoom recorder, the recorder that I use for my videos, buffer and stops recording by itself without ever letting me finish the drawing. Normally, I just keep doing it until I finally finish it, but I got a feeling that there's no way that I can do it this time. I didn't want to do it, but I bit the bullet and split the recordings into two. The first recording is for drawing, and the second one is for coloring. But even then, that was not a good time, because I still couldn't finish the second part of the recording completely. I tried multiple times, only for my computer to buffer and stop itself again. I did manage to finish the second video altogether by using the select tool, but that's where my problem began. While my recording was being converted, I got a notification saying that my storage was nearly full. I hurried but calmly emptied out as many unnecessary storage as I could. I don't back up my art, but I have a hard drive to move or make copies of my art just in case. Now that the less funny side of the story is out of the way, time to talk about the process when making my OC. There were some things where I'm just a tiny bit smug about, and things where I'm not. The one where I'm kinda smug about is when I decided to do some tweaking with the armor. Why? Well, considering the other images I paused on, I felt like the skirt wasn't gonna cut it, so I got rid of it. That's where I realized that I can still do some modifications as long as it's recognizable, and if I ever paused on an outfit that I wouldn't like, I can still make some changes that appeals to me. Was it somewhat of a missed opportunity with the bunny suit where I could have done it in the first place instead of repeatedly going over a video and pausing on a drawing where I hoped to be something less scandalous? Yes, but I'm calling it a happy accident and a wake-up call, and I'm sticking to it. The eyes were where I kinda made a mistake. I think the image is supposed to be more innocent and droopy with some eyeshadow, but the eyes I made are more angular and strong. Don't get me wrong, I've drawn a variety of eyes before, exhibit A, B, C, and more. It's just that the droopy ones are something I'm not used to it yet, but it's not a big deal. Whereas for the eyeshadow, I just forgot. That's it. I might have picked up the wrong shade of brown for the skin when coloring my OC, but I still think it's so close that I don't think it's a big deal. Now for the sides. The sides are pretty interesting to draw. The pics I pause on are supposed to be retractable. I don't know how to get it right, but I let my imagination run a bit and had the sides connected to the arms with wires that my OC uses not only as weapons, but also as grappling hooks and extended arms. And yes, she's careful when handling people. I like the idea with the sides, but I can't help but notice how weird the physics are. Despite that though, what I paused on and how my OC came out gave me an idea for her background. But first, let's talk about my first OC challenge. Remember my Lavender Town OC that I made? Yeah, she still doesn't have a name. I'm thinking of Frankie, but Frankie, the name, means truthful, sincere, or freeman, which she is none of those. She's an anthropomorphic fish critter who is a notorious thief who runs a circus, in which all of the members are her family. And yes, they're all thieves too. I like to give my characters meaningful names, while the wolf and sheep's clothing type of characters have ironic names. Frankie, the character, along with her family circus crew, may wear the nickname Greedy Thieves as a badge of honor from the police, but they're not evil who are willing to murder people. That's where they draw the line. They're all anti-heroes who took the criminal life for the thrill and fun of it. The circus gig is a cover-up, but they're still really good performers as they love entertaining their audiences. Just as much they love treasure, jewels, and money. And no, I'm not giving her character development, because I think it works better for her. Frankie may not have an official name yet, but she's simple and a fun type of character. If I were to make a series about her, I won't take it seriously, except having fun like the Bad Guys franchise. Have you guys watched The Bad Guys? From the trailers, it looks like a cliche and predictable movie, and it is. But I had so much fun watching it that it's no wonder it's a recommended watch. And that's what I want for my Lavender Town OC to be, which is a stark in contrast with my SamDoesArts OC. The OC I'm making with the SamDoesArts challenge, on the other hand, her name is Andrea. She was originally a human at first. Then a global war broke out. Everything looked hopeless, until scientists pushed the boundaries that took robotics to a new level, which they called the New Era Project, where they transfer human souls into robots, that they are made to be nearly indestructible weapons to fight. And Andrea decided to do just that, to defend her country. One day she woke up in a world that's nothing but shambles, destroyed, and in ruins. Andrea has no memory except for her name and the horrific flashbacks of the war that she doesn't remember. Now with nothing to do, she's on a journey to find her memories while finding survivors of the war along the way, and fighting all sorts of mutated monsters and crooks, whether they're human or robot, adult or child, enemies of her then country, or even allies. To be honest, I don't like how the drawing came out. She looks so flat and uninspired. Don't get me wrong, it was fun. It was interesting, and I love the idea I had for her so much. I'd be happy to do a redraw of her, which I actually did. Ta-da! I redrew her both in pencil and in digital. Unfortunately, because of the storage issue I mentioned before, I choose not to record my process. But I was able to take my time and not rush myself into getting it finished. I mean, come on, look at this! I was able to experiment. I was able to add details to the eyes and give her hair highlights. And Andrea looks more three-dimensional. Because I love the redraw so much, I'm going to rate it as a 8 out of 10. I might have taken the challenge to test my imagination, but if there's anything I learned from this project, is to take your time and not rush it. Otherwise, it would suck up the joy that you would normally have when drawing. Because that's what's been happening to me when making a new video. There's a reason why I didn't upload a new video in April. Nobody says editing is easy, and even when I can't have the time to draw, I still need to think of some ideas to make a video about it. Editing may not be my passion, but I still care about what I make, and I want my videos to be as nice to watch as possible. All in all, I love how my Sam OC came out. And I may not be satisfied with the first drawing, but I love redrawing Andrea and coming up with her backstory. And in a way, it's good practice. It's good practice for me. And if you're Sam from SamDoesArts, I would like some criticism about my OC. And please keep me anonymous. I would rather earn my audience in a slow and steady pace. And please keep my voice anonymous too. I really don't like how it sounds. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. From the trailers, it looks like a cliche and predictable different outfit. And if I ever wanted to poop, what's wrong with me? The circus kid is a cover up. The circus kid, the circus gig is a cover up, but they're still really good performers, and as they love and speech impediment, which she is none of those. She's an anthropomorphic fish critter who is a notorious thief who runs a circus. What's wrong with me?